Hello, I'm Carmen,
Hola, I'm Rachit.
and this is
Spaindis.
Spaindis. Hi, Rachit.
Hello.
How are you?
I am really well. It's Sunday here in Australia right now, having the best time. It's great
Yes.
weather outside.
Yes,
Yeah.
because summer is really strange here in Australia.
Is it?
Yes, some day it's rainy, some day it's sun.
How long you have been in Australia?
So I'm here since September.
Right.
I'm really new,
Right.
and it's been a very crazy journey for me.
That's great. Yeah.
I would like to know when did you move to Australia?
Right.
Why? What was the. Let's start by the beginning.
I came to Australia around like 2018, and then was actually 2019. So it's been a great journey so far. I came as a student, so I was studying my master's degree.
Here in Sydney?
No, I was studying in Melbourne. So
Okay.
I studied from Monash. It's a great university
Yeah.
in Melbourne. So I worked. I started studying a Master's of Finance degree. Then I moved to Sydney to just start with working as my full-time job. I did my first job at Deloitte. I started working in
Oh,
consulting.
it's a great business.
It is great. Like
Yes.
I just love consulting and of course doing some things on my side. But I gained a lot of experience, and of course that consulting gig wasn't my first job. I did like all the general stuff which all students do when they come to Australia. I was working as a barista in a cafe. Then I started working as like a bartender and I
Okay.
did some other jobs as well, which was great fun. I was working in a casino. There's a very big casino in Melbourne called Crown Casino. So I was working there. Then I came to Sydney, started working with a bank for a year. And so bank was our client. So it was just great fun. Met a lot of great people, amazing network. Then I moved to a startup. It's a consulting startup where I work right now. So it's called PX Partners, and it's just great. We have a team of 10. We're very a small startup, but we do some great stuff. We work with big companies, solve some great problems for them, and meet great people. So that's like my journey in Sydney so far. In Australia, I would say. The reason I came to Australia was, it's just great weather, amazing air, fresh food. I think these things really matter for me. So fundamentally, like for a human, I would say food, clean water, fresh air matters a lot, plus freedom. And this country allows you great freedom. You can do whatever you want, and then you can just explore, meet great people, start with some nice sports, and grow yourself.
Right.
Really, yeah, yeah.
You said at the beginning you moved to Melbourne,
Right,
and now you are here in Sydney.
right.
So, what's the reason why you moved from Melbourne to Sydney, and which city do you prefer, and why?
I think I prefer Sydney a bit more than Melbourne.
Yes.
I love Melbourne. There's no like, of course.
I would
it's
like to
just another
visit.
city.
Yes.
Yeah, it's great. You should definitely.
Yes.
We should go together.
Of
Why
course.
not?
Yes.
They have great coffee, amazing
Oh,
restaurants.
nice for me.
Yeah, that's
I
great.
love coffee.
Yeah, you love coffee. That's great. Yeah, I know. Every morning I make a coffee for you.
Okay.
So I think I moved to Sydney because one of my clients wanted us to move here, and they were setting up a big team in Sydney. So yeah, they asked me if I'm open to moving to Sydney or I want to work from home in Melbourne. I was like, since I mentioned like I would love meeting new people, gain their experience and learn from them as well. So I really wanted to come and explore what Sydney looks like, because I've also like before that I never came to Sydney even for a holiday or something like that. So I didn't even know how
Yeah.
Sydney looks like, right?
Always is good, a new change.
Correct. So it was like almost 3 years since I was, in Melbourne. So I thought like it would be a good change to just explore new city. And one of my friend, he was very kind enough to offer that he also wants to join in this journey. So we came back. We came from Melbourne to Sydney together. We moved in an apartment in Maroubra near the beach. I love beach, and that's why we are here near the beach as well. But that was the journey, and like that was a trigger, I would say, why we came to like Sydney. But after that, I realized how different it is from Melbourne, and like definitely a more fast-paced city, bigger city than Melbourne. And I think I don't know why people compare Melbourne with Sydney, because it's completely different.
Yeah.
And I also like say that because there's no other city to compare with apart from Melbourne, like Sydney, it's one of the biggest city, but then there's no city in the middle, so it's just like Melbourne and then Sydney. That's why people compare Melbourne and Sydney. However, I think it's completely different. Sydney is way bigger than Melbourne, and it's more spread out. So I think that's what I think.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. So let's go to Melbourne, and I can say my opinion.
Of course, I think you should.
Of course.
But once you realize like once you come to Melbourne with me and you refer to this podcast and you listen to what I've just said, you will realize. I mean, I don't know if you will agree to it.
It's really a city I would like to visit because I hear it's very cultural. I love culture. I love art. I love learning new things. So I think it's going to be a very good city for me to visit.
100%.
I would like to, yes.
I think it will give you a lot of Spanish vibe, like as you mentioned, you love art and culture and everything.
Yes.
I think Spain is like that as well.
Of course.
Right. How would you describe where you are from and like
So yes, I'm from Spain.
Right.
For me, it's a nice country.
Which city in Spain you're from?
I'm from Madrid.
Right.
And also from Cuenca. It's a little city near Madrid. Mm-hmm. My father was born there.
Right.
I have a little village there. And yeah, I was born in Madrid. I've always lived in Madrid. But for me, Cuenca is a very special place. And it's in my heart, of course.
Right.
It's not so famous. Like people from here always know Madrid,
right.
but they don't always know Cuenca. And it's a place that if you go to Spain, you should visit for sure. It's a magic city.
Nice.
Yes. So Spain for me is a great country because you have everything there. You have cold, you have hot, you have the mountain, you have the beach. Very, very good food. Very good lifestyle.
Right.
We Spanish used to work for live, not live to work. So I think
that's a very deep thought.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting.
There are a lot of cultures that just think in work. Of course, I think work is very important, and in my thoughts, working hard is very important. Yes, but you also have to enjoy life.
Right.
So we Spanish are very happy people. We like to live a good life. We love spend time with family, friends, make different plans. We have a very nocturne life. Here, for example, is very different for me because people don't used to go outside very late.
Right.
It's something that I really like because now I prefer a calm life.
Yeah.
So it's good. Yes, Australia is been very good for me.
So how do you compare? What are the key differences from your city where you're from, Cuenca, right? And then if you compare Cuenca with Sydney, what are top 3 differences comes to your mind straight away right now?
A lot of difference.
But what are the top 3 ones?
Yeah, so from Spain to Australia, for me, one of the most bigger difference that I can feel when I came here was the traffic. People drive in the opposite way. So in Spain we have the drive control in the left.
In the left.
Here people drive in the right. So that was crazy for me. Now I'm getting used. But when I came here, I didn't know to look at the left, at the right. I didn't know where cars were going to come from. It was crazy. Then people, for example, when there is a bicycle in Spain, you used to go to the right. Here people go to the left. Mechanic steps, same. So I was crazy all the time because this is a very big city and there's a lot of people. So when I went to the city, it was crazy for me because I didn't know what side I have to. It was a mess in my head. Now I'm starting to get used to, but it was very hard. Yes.
Interesting. And any other fact?
Other fact.
So you need to answer 3. So you just said 1.
So in general, people is very similar to Spanish people, but I would say like very kind people, very friendly. Like they always came very friendly way. Like, hello, Arlene, how are you? Like very sweet.
Yeah, very nice.
In Spain we are also nice, but not as much as here. Like. Yeah.
And the last one.
The third one. I don't really. I don't have a list, but it's very different vibe, different lifestyle. It's just the other side of the world. So
I think Australia in general is like more like morning.
For sure.
People wake up very early, they sleep very early.
Whereas
in Spain, it's more party culture. That's what I like.
For sure, in Spain we spend time at night, party. When I used to like party, I went outside home like at 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. and I came back at 10 a.m. The whole night. Here is not.
There's nothing to do in Australia for night. Like it's like even if you want to shop something, that was a difference for me too. Like,
yes, I would like to know. You're from India, so
absolutely. Like when I was in India, like India actually starts at 8 p.m. So it's not like people they're just relaxing, or maybe if it's a holiday, then they might be just relaxing at home, and then 8 p.m. is the time when they actually start going out and maybe for shopping or like.
So you Indians also have a very
similar Spanish sort of lifestyle, I would say. I don't know if it's a Spanish thing or not. Maybe Australia is quite unique in that perspective because I have traveled a lot globally. Like I've been to US, I've been to a couple of different countries as well. I think. And some of the countries in the world are like 24 hours. Like, if you go to Dubai or anything like that, it's just 24 hours. But I think Australia is quite unique experience that we are still living in that world where, there's a balance. And that's what I love about Australia as well, that there's a very nice strategic balance. If you want to create, you can. Like, of course, if you have a lifestyle that you don't want to sleep at for example, 10 p.m., it's fine. But if you want to create that lifestyle, Australia is the place to be, to be healthy, to be really, focusing on your health.
Yeah, however, it's very easy to have a healthy lifestyle here.
I agree. And then in India, whereas it's just great, it's great entertainment. You can go out 8 p.m., start shopping, you can go out for great dinners. It's just amazing because whenever, even my parents still live there, and I go often to visit my parents, and sometimes I just forget that yes, life starts here at 8 p.m. and I'm still in that loop of being living in Australia where I feel it's already 8 p.m. so I should just sleep. Whereas my parents are are you ready? Let's go. And I'm I forgot everything is open. So I think that sort of differences are there, but of course it's a completely different world. So if we talk about food, India is quite diverse in itself. There are so many states in India.
It's a really big country, right?
Very big country. I think there are like 28 states in
Wow.
India, and within those 28 states, after every like 100 kilometers, the dialect changes. In each state, people speak a couple of different languages. I don't even have any idea like how many languages we have. Maybe around 200 languages.
Wow.
Within India. So
in an only country.
In an only one country.
Wow, it's crazy.
It is crazy because
Yes.
like there's so many like history attached to India where so many people came from different parts of the world. There's like different origins, different religions. It's very diverse in itself. It's very rich history.
It's really different from my country. In Spain, we just have 4 languages,
right.
But everyone talks Spanish.
Right. Yeah.
Mostly, yes. Everyone talk just one language, same language. Then some cities they have their own language.
Different dialect.
It's also very similar to Spanish, and but it's not like in India.
Right. Oh yeah, I think in India it's very like diverse with the language, but it's also very culturally diverse. Like day-to-day practices. I live in north of India. I'm from Punjab, which is the state in north. So we have like a very rich, culture, history, food. It's just amazing, and like even if you go to like southern part of India, people have like different life practices, different food, different language. It feels like some different country in itself, right? But that's the beauty of it as well, because when you have like so many things to do and you have so many things to experience, it just feels like how great that nation is, and like I have spent pretty much all my life in India, majority. And since like I think 8-9 years I'm in Australia, or 7 years, I don't know. But I just feel my life has been a great blessing that I could come from a country with so much rich history, and on the other hand, I can enjoy the luxuries of being in an Australian and living in Australia.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
I think we should make a unique podcast just talking about India, because
absolutely.
For me, it's a very new culture. It's the first time I meet an Indian. And for me, it was like a culture very far from my place.
Right.
And I never know deep about that country.
That's the thing.
And now I'm like very surprised with that culture. I think it's a great culture.
I 100% agree. I think like when you actually meet, and that's the thing which I was talking about like a few minutes ago, which is like when you actually meet new people and you understand their culture and where they're coming from and their stories, you feel like how amazing the world is.
Yeah, that's another question I have for you. So I would like to know, for you, what are the biggest learnings you take move from your country to a very different country alone without your family?
Right.
What did you learn? Because I think that it's very brave moving from your country and let your family there, and you just move alone, and it's sometimes very hard, I think.
I agree.
But you have a lot of new learnings, so I would like to know, what are yours?
That's a great question, because I often reflect upon this as well. Like coming from a very fortunate background, like I was very lucky. I'm one of the few lucky Indians who have this great home back home as well. Like I don't know, like it's just so like I've been blessed that like I have got a great schooling. I have amazing parents. They understand about myself. Things which I like to do in life, they've been very understanding, very kind to me as well. However, when I was a teenager, and I think every teenager feels like at top of the world when they are like in the early teens, and they feel like you're the star of the nation, something like that. So I was pretty much like that, and I think one of the biggest learning for me when I came here, and I was I think 21, 22 when I came here, and I just feel like I had to do everything by myself, and there wasn't a shadow. So very soon I realized like even though when I was a kid, I used to think that, I have to do everything by myself. So I used to cook, I used to learn different skills when I was like a teenager as well. I have never stopped learning.
Your mother didn't cook for you?
No, she did. But, she's been a busy professional.
Yeah.
She was working at that time. Like, she still works. She's an entrepreneur. She's been an inspiration for all of our family as well. However, she has a busy lifestyle. My parents had a very busy lifestyle when I was growing up. And
your father is a pilot, right?
So he had worked in Indian Air Force, and he wasn't a pilot, but he has worked in the missiles department, and he was doing great for himself. And then he started doing the business, and my whole family supported it. And then my mother jumped in and started doing the business. So with that, we had a very busy lifestyle. They had a very busy lifestyle, and I was in school at that time. So I used to be like, a kid who was raised by the staff in our home, and it was just. And I'm a very social person. I had a lot of friends, neighbors. They were just amazing. So it was a great childhood. And then when I came here, I felt like, oh my God, like there's no layer to it. Like I have to do everything by myself. I have to earn money. I have to keep up my lifestyle. I have to, and one of the, and that's the thing, like when you actually started earning money and you have to keep up with the lifestyle, you also get to know like what do you actually like, because now you value the money and you want to invest that money, or not invest, I mean like put the money where you actually feel happy.
It's so hard.
Yeah, it is hard, and you might be experiencing the same, and I'm sure like people watching this podcast would be experiencing the same when they would have experience, or while they are in Australia or they're new to Australia, they might be experiencing the same thing where when you actually earn money and you actually value that money and you want to put that money where you actually like things, like whatever you like, you put the money in. And for example, like you really love going to the gym, so whatever money you earn here, you want to invest that in the right things, like a perfect diet, spending money to the nice
now
trainer.
You have to choose.
Correct. Now you have to choose. So and earlier, some people, yes, they value that money from their parents too, but then it wasn't a very deliberate decision, you know what I mean? So I think that's the greatest learning for me, that as a man I've started noticing what I actually like, and where I want to put my money in, what I want to learn, and just doing the basic research. If I go out in a restaurant, I make sure that I research about that restaurant and have a great experience. If I want to invest my money in a certain amount of wine, I want to buy a new wine, then I think about that, what's the best wine in that budget, where the story is coming from, why the creator created that wine in first place, and something like that. So not just like going into a wine shop, throwing my money, oh yeah, it's one of the most expensive wines, let's just take it. No, not like that. Even it could be a cheaper wine, but then why the creator made that wine. So I think that's where I'm coming from. That's one of my learnings. Yeah, that's what I think.
And also I think that now you are talking in another level, because you have spent a lot of time here.
Yeah.
So now you have your life more established. You have more money, of course, because you have a good work.
Yeah.
And you can live just a regular life, a good life. But I think that in your beginning, it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
You are talking about buy a bottle of wine.
Right.
When you came here, you couldn't imagine just spend money in a bottle of wine.
Right.
So that's the point. I think in the beginning, it's very hard, as you were saying about. Because you have to choose, and as you said, I love fitness life.
Right.
So it's my beginning. I was used to have everything.
Right.
Because I'm also very lucky, like you. My family gave me everything. So in Spain, I didn't have to choose between have a fitness life or buy maybe a new outfit.
Yeah.
Now I have to choose, because I don't have all the economic stability.
Yeah. Stability.
You can have, because you have been more time here. I'm pretty new, so I'm starting to construct my life.
Yeah, and I think that's the purpose of this podcast as well. Like,
Yeah.
we both are in different timelines. I have been through already where, and maybe it's like I've been through that hard time where I used to choose about, even for a coffee, like I have never
Yes.
spent $5 for a coffee outside. I used to always go to 7-Eleven or like, find some discounts and stuff like that.
That's the point.
You know?
In Spain, I didn't have to choose between, okay, I want a coffee or I want a Coke
Right.
later with friends. No,
Correct.
now I have to choose
Correct.
and say, okay, if I want a coffee, then I can't have a Coke.
Yeah.
And if I want a Coke later, I don't have a coffee now because I have to choose. And I didn't get used to that because I had everything. So it's very hard. They are little details. Of course, as we were talking the other day, they are problems of first world because they are not bigger problems.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when you are used, as I'm saying, when you are used to have everything, then you move alone to another country.
Right.
Just by yourself. You don't have anything. You
Right.
just have your life in a 30 kilos case.
Yeah.
You have to find a new home,
Right. Yeah, that's a very nice way to put it.
a new flatmate that you are not going to know. You don't know where are you going to find.
And that's the
New
exciting.
work.
That's the exciting part as well because there's so much uncertainty.
Yeah.
That you feel like what's gonna happen, and I think that's the fun of life. And I completely even today, like when I wake up in the morning, for me, I just like let life be. Some people try and control their routines and life. Of course, there should be a structure to your life, like going to the gym, at what time you wanna go to the gym, at what time you wanna talk to your client, office, and stuff like that. But sometimes you just need to just let life be and not be like, oh, this is not happening with me, or that's not happening with me.
Sometimes we overthink.
Correct. So it will happen when the right time comes. We live. I truly believe there's some power ahead above us, or we live in a simulation or something that they like. And you might have experienced the same thing when you're like in a great, sort of a trouble, and then there's something happens, and then you get out of the trouble. You might have the same, and people who are watching this podcast, they might have felt the same as well. So I think the purpose of the life is also be like, just let life, enjoy your life, have the fullest. And sometimes maybe you are earning less money, I am earning less money, maybe right now, whatever money I'm earning, there's someone out there who's earning 4x or 20x more than what I earn today. So when they look at me, they might be like, oh, that might be when there was a time when I used to earn that much of money and that was very struggling, and maybe somebody's struggle is my present.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So enjoy the life.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think we focus a lot like in other people, and we just need to look inside ourselves and focus on ourselves because each person is totally different and each one has its own role.
Yeah.
Right? So
100%.
So another question I would like to ask you is about the language.
Right.
For me, it's been really hard because it's not my language. Sometimes I don't have the fluidity. I don't understand people when they talk very fast. So for me, it's been very hard, English.
Right. And do they teach English in Spain, in schools?
Yes, in Spain, I think most of the people know English and have studied English at school, but sometimes you just finish school and you don't continue talking English.
Right.
There are schools that teach more English than others. So, yeah, people know English, but if you don't focus on it and you don't study, you just forget. So it will happen to me that I finish. Now, I've never imagined that I was going to be here. So in school, I was like, okay, I'm not going to need English. So I didn't mind.
Right.
I said like, oh, fuck off.
Right.
Now I said, oh, I should study more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, For me, it wasn't really hard, to be honest. Like I've traveled, I started traveling the world when I was like maybe 15-year-old or 16-year-old, and I've been like an aspiring actor as well. So I've been like very fluid on like how do I talk in English, and English, learning English in India is a big thing. Like people in India, they are more focused on teaching you in English. When you're in school as well, everybody in the school wants you to talk to you in English. Otherwise, there's a fine or there's a punishment and stuff like that, which is pretty sad. Like I feel they should focus more on making you learn the national languages. I don't know. There's no national language. I might be wrong. Don't quote me here, but the common language in India is Hindi, which is like which has taken a back seat if we compare like English and Hindi. People really like are focused on English itself, and they don't really give 2 cents on Hindi. Whereas back in the day they used to focus a lot on Hindi and other languages. So I know 3 languages. One is English, Hindi, and Punjabi. Punjabi is the state language we speak,
Yes.
and I'm pretty fluent in all of them. If I want to talk to you in Hindi, very fluent. In Punjabi as well, I'm quite fluent, and I have an accent on Punjabi. Like I have a strong Punjabi accent too. But like, so that's why maybe like when I came to Australia, although like Australians have a different accent in itself, like it's very like I speak in Punjabi and everything. So everybody in India is very focused on like English. So learning English wasn't really a thing which I deliberately like put a lot of effort, like yourself. Like you're trying to learn English and being very fluent about it. Whereas since I was a kid, I studied in like there's a school type in India which is called ICSE board, which is like the toughest boards in India, and like students in ICSC are like pretty like there's a taboo. It's not like which is real. Like people in CBSC or there's like other boards in India which are pretty cool as well. But often like when you say something that I'm from ICSC board, they feel like you're some sort of supernatural person like or something like that. I don't know. So I've faced that, and I was in ICSC school. It was pretty tough, pretty hard. But it was great. Like today, I can just speak in multiple languages, very fluent in all of them, and it's
That's
just a
great.
language. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
great.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. But yeah, like, what's your when you say English has been a challenge? Do you like when was the first time you started learning English?
I started learning English with 3 years
Oh,
at
nice.
school. Yeah,
Yeah.
they teach us everything,
Right.
colors, days of the week.
Right.
I had English since very little,
Right.
but yes.
But I think the point is like in India, everything is surrounded by English. Like the way we type, it's also English,
Yeah,
and the boards, like hoardings and like billboards, and everything is like English.
it's
Whereas
different
in Spain, it's like more focused on Espanol, right? How do you say?
Español.
Espanol.
Now you are learning Spanish.
Spanish, exactly. So I've been very fortunate that you are teaching me another language,
Yes.
which is Espanol.
Would you like to say days of the week, for example?
Yeah, we could just end the podcast here.
Yeah.
After this. So let's do that. So lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, I forgot.
Viernes.
Viernes. What was the Saturday?
Sábado.
Sábado. Yeah. And Domingo.
Very good.
Okay. But it was very nice talking to you.
Yeah.
I think coming podcasts will dig more into like, how was your dating experience?
Yes.
And, like how are you finding dating in Australia?
I think we have a lot of
And then,
nice conversations.
absolutely,
Always very deep.
very deep.
And I'm learning a lot
Right.
here with you and with all my new friends and new companies because,
Yeah.
to end this podcast, I would like to say something that I am learning.
Right.
That is that when you travel, mm, you really learn a lot
Right.
about yourself, about other cultures, about other people, but almost about yourself.
Right.
And now I think about, for example, racism.
Yeah.
And I can't understand
Yeah.
because I think we all are humans.
Right.
So now I know that when someone is racist,
Right.
it's because of unculture.
Right.
Because how can you be racist when you travel and when you are knowing people from other places, new people, new cultures? I think it's just great.
Yeah. So you're saying traveling makes you less racist?
Of course, yes, of course. I never be racist, of course, but sometimes you judge others because of knowledge.
Yeah. Of course,
Yes.
lack of knowledge.
Yes.
Lack of
For sure.
and maybe insecurities as well. Like some people are just insecure because they have not done anything substantial in their life, or maybe they are just fed up with their life and they are not taking any actions to improve their lifestyle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, coming in more podcasts, we'll dig deep
Yes,
about
of course,
this.
of course, because it's a very deep, topic.
In itself. Yes.
And I'm learning a lot about this, a lot.
Great.
Yeah.
Amazing. And I'm so lucky that I found you.
Same.
Such a great friendship, such a great experience where we both are having with each other, which is just amazing. Well,
Yes.
I'll see you in the next one then.
Of course. We hope you have enjoyed this podcast.
Yeah.
And let's see if it works. A very friends couple.
Yeah.
How could I say that? A very interesting friends couple. How an Indian and a Spanish.
Stay tuned.
So now we want to ask people to subscribe,
comment,
subscribe,
share.
What do you think about this podcast? Yeah. What more topics do you want us to talk about?
Right.
And please don't be like my parents when I say comment in my photos. Yeah. They send me a direct message.
They don't comment. They just fucking send like nice pic.
I send my family a photo, a post, an Instagram post. Please comment. Right. My father taught me by direct message. I love it. My mother taught me in WhatsApp. I love the picture. And I was like, please, I'm asking you to comment.
Don't be like Carmen's parents. Right? That's what they're learning. Yeah. Spaindis.